Welcome back, everybody, to Rock Resurgence Radio. I am your host, Chad.
And I'm your co-host, Bergy.
Guess what day it is?
Hump Day?
Hump Day!
Mike.
Anyways, we got a very special episode for you today. We got some headbangers for you and a premiere of a headbanger.
Yeah. First time you hear it will be right here.
First time you'll hear it will be here on this little episode. And then you'll hear it forever, ever in your dreams.
Yeah, a very special Hump Day headbanger.
Yeah, so today, two headbangers and a special one. And then this coming Friday, what do we got coming up?
Coming up on Friday's episode, we're going to bullshit about, is it Loudwire?
Loudwire.
A Loudwire article was the 11 bands and their best ballads. 11 hair metal bands and their best ballads, something like that. I'm not sure the title.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it was, and we're going to see if they are on point or not.
Yeah, we're going to look through them all, and we're going to tell you bullshit or not.
Because I looked through the list, I'm not going to lie, and I think there are a couple bullshit.
For sure. I did too. So there's going to be some that are bullshit and some that are not, probably.
Yeah, some are pretty much right on, but there's a couple that I'm like, no.
Yeah, and this is our specialty here. So
yeah,
Loudwire, fuck them.
Yeah,
no offense, but
yeah, no. I mean, if you ever want to put us on Loudwire,
yeah,
free. I mean, if you want to share shit, that'd be great.
You want to sponsor our show?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna shit on your article quick,
just a little bit.
Okay. All right, you want to go first, or
yeah? So we have a theme here for headbangers.
Yeah, it's a theme.
Yeah, the theme is cherry.
Cherry.
So I'm going to start out with, how will we do this?
I do one, you do one?
Yeah, you do one, I'll do one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
You start.
I'm going to start. And both of mine are from this band, but you'll see the cherry theme after I do mine.
Yeah.
So the name of the band I am talking about is Blackstone Cherry. Hey, and they're going to be at the O in July.
And that's
I think
our hometown here of Minot, North
right
Dakota.
Here in Minot. Tickets go on sale on Friday, so you can pick them up. And my wife and I are going to go, and I think one of my managers is going to go too. So it should be awesome. Anyways, the song they just released an album here at the end of 24 called "This Is Blackstone Cherry's RSD album," and the band really likes it.
That's the name of it?
Yep.
Okay. I thought.
And I'm picking a song off their Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea album called Stay. It's a really cool song, and it's not a super headbanger. It's more of a ballad of theirs, but I really dig the lyrics on that song. So that's why I picked it, and I'm going to just look at something here. It says, I'd sell my soul just to see your face, and I'd break my bones just to heal your pain. And in these times, I need a in these times, I need a saving grace, 'cause time is running out, and I'm starting to lose my faith. But if I told you I loved you, you would make it.
Would it
make you want to stay? I'm sorry for the way I make you feel day after day. And if I wrote you a love song and sang it to you every day, would it ever be enough to make you want to come back home to stay? Would it make you want to stay? And it's just a cool song. He's got a super soulful voice. It's just awesome. And then they're kind of heavy. They got a lot of good stuff. They got a lot of albums. And I'm super pumped to go see them here. I think it's July 30th. I'll look that up and confirm after you do yours. I'll have that information.
Okay.
But
beautiful.
Yeah, super cool band. If you haven't heard them or listened to them, kind of in the, I don't know, they got a heavy guitar tone, and he's very kind of bluesy, soulful singer. So
yeah, if you go on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you stream your music, or down to your local record store and buy that album, I think you'll recognize the song.
Yeah,
I think
it's
you've probably
super
heard it
cool. I mean, they
before.
got a lot of good songs, and the two songs I picked, are probably not. I mean, they're known for "White Trash Millionaire" is one of their big songs. "Like I Roll" is a big song. So they got some bigger songs, but I picked a couple that I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of them lately, so I just kind of was like, oh man, I'm gonna put these guys on our episode, and I just like them a lot. Anyways, on to you.
Cool.
Enough.
So sticking with the theme cherry, I got Warrant. It's not going to be Cherry Pie, but it's going to be off that album. And the song, well, actually, it's not off that album. It's off the expanded edition of that album. But the song that I picked is "Thin Disguise." Just a quick story about that song. So that song came out. I heard that song before the album came out. So when I got the Cherry Pie single, it had a Warrant. I think, if I remember this right, it was like a California license plate that just said Warrant, or maybe it said Cherry Pie. But it was the single for Cherry Pie, and on the B side was "Thin Disguise." So I listened to the shit out of that. Cherry Pie, Thin Disguise. Cherry Pie, Thin Disguise. A few days later, or weeks later, whenever the album came out, I picked up the album, and there's no Thin Disguise on the album. I was surprised because that song is really fucking good. And if you don't know it, you can find it on like the expanded edition, either again at your local record store or on Apple Music. I know it's on there for sure. But anyway, the song's very catchy. I think a lot of our watchers or our subscribers probably know the song, probably have heard it before. If not, go check it out. "Thin Disguise," not from Cherry Pie, I guess, but kind of from Cherry Pie, kind of an outtake from Cherry Pie.
Yep. I remember I think it was on their Best of Warrant or something. They put it on one of those albums, and Chris is underselling it. It could be, it's easily in my opinion, a top 10 Warrant song. It should have made the album. I don't know why it didn't. It's fucking excellent.
Yeah, it might be one of their best songs. As a matter of fact, so a little segue. Soon in one of our future episodes, we're gonna do a little Warrant episode.
We are
with a guy named Patrick Reeves,
one of our loyal listeners,
Yep,
and watchers. So we're excited to do that. We actually we got the order.
Yeah, so
it's just a matter of putting the episode together. We're
Yeah.
gonna shoot that next week, I think, and then it'll come out in the future. But
probably 3 weeks away yet from watching it. But
we're doing the top 30 Warrant songs, and we did a snake draft, like a fantasy snake draft, and it was fun and it was good. There was a couple fucks and
a couple of surprises
in there too. Yep,
but you have to tune in to find out.
But you tune in and you'll see that.
So I'm gonna do some lyrics real quick, like you did with your song.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first verse is, "This house used to feel so warm. Heater works, but I'm chilled to the bone. Oh, this room never felt so big. There's not enough conversation to fill the empty spaces." And then the pre-chorus is, "Now how can you love someone and not know them at all?" And the chorus is, "It's a thin disguise, living our life behind a thin disguise. One of these days, if I got the time, I'll show you what I'm like on the inside."
Such a good song. Janie Lane is, in my opinion, top 5 of all-time singer-songwriters. Just unbelievable dude.
Yeah, I cannot believe that this song didn't make the album.
I can't either. It's just, I mean, the album was awesome.
Yeah,
and it was probably already 13 songs or so, roughly.
I want to say it was 12, but it could have been.
So I mean, that's a good length album. So throwing another one on there, but it definitely was better than some of the songs that were actually on the album. I mean, and those are all good. So, and back to Blackstone Cherry, it is July 30th. So if you're in the area, you should check these guys out. They're really, 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 really good. Yeah, and you'll get to see me.
Cherry Pie had 11 songs, 12 if you count the ode to Tipper Gore at the end, which I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that's the shirt right here.
Yep.
We got TG with the slash through it for Janie there.
Tipper Gore. That's awesome. I love that shirt. And then the back says, "Censorship is unfucking American."
Yeah.
I love it.
It's cool.
It's such a great show. Sure.
Anyway, your next headbanger is
Another one from the same band, like I said, Blackstone Cherry, and they did a cover of Tracy Chapman's song, Give Me One Reason. And everybody knows this song. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around.
yeah.
But you got to hear their version. It is balls out rock and roll. It is cool. It starts off, it lulls you to sleep right away, and then it'll surprise you. Just keep that in mind. And it kicks in, and then they just do what they do best. They rock it and make it their own. That's what I like. I love when people do covers and kind of make it their own. So this sounds, I mean, other than the Give Me One Reason to Stay Here, that part, it just sounds so different than the original. But it's rocking, it's fun, it's cool. His voice is top notch. So check it out. It is great.
Sweet.
On to you.
On to me. So the final piece to the cherry pie or whatever you want to call it.
The cherry episode.
The cherry headbangers. The song is Hot Sherry from Hardline, but it's spelled with a CH, kind of like cherry. So
it works for me.
That's my tie-in. But anyway, I didn't know this. I picked the song because of the name, and I really like the song a lot, and the album's pretty cool. But I did not know this was a cover.
Me either.
Yeah, but it is. So it's a cover. There's a band up in Regina, Saskatchewan in 1983 named Streetheart. The song is their song, but a guy named Danny Spanos recorded it first. And Danny is a drummer and a singer, and you can find this on for sure Apple Music because I just listened to it for the first time. It says Danny is a musician, singer, plays drums and vocals. And his genres are hard rock, rock. The song is not quite as rockin'.
No, the only thing rock about his version was he kind of has a raspy voice, kind of not as good as the guy from Hardline, but he's got some rasp to it. So that would be the only thing I would say would be the hard rock part.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty wimpy.
It kind of is. And so, but Danny Spanos, also known as George Spanos, American rock drummer, and this was on a 1983 EP called Passion in the Dark. And actually that version charted on the mainstream rock charts, so not like the top 40 or anything, but got up to 15 on the mainstream rock charts, whereas the Hardline version didn't chart.
Which is surprising, because that's a freaking killer. And
he had songs on a couple of soundtracks of movies back then, and I got to mention this one, Up the Creek. I just watched that movie not within the last year, for sure. And also on that soundtrack, the title track is Cheap Trick, and that song's killer, Up the Creek. Anyway, but it's also not this song, but he also had a song on the Tom Cruise movie, All the Right Moves. Excuse me.
Yeah, Chris kind of went down a rabbit hole.
I did, man. When I found out it was a frickin' cover, I'm like, okay, I don't get the connection here. Streetheart / Danny Spanos cover, it says. So I'm looking at Streetheart, and Streetheart's where the band or the song came from. Well, Streetheart is a band from Regina, Saskatchewan, which is right in our backyard practically, I guess, just on the other side of the border. But some of the guys in that band, Paul Dean and Matt Fernetti were both both went on to be in Loverboy. So just a lot of Canadian band connections there toured with April Wine, and I'd never heard of them before, Streetheart. Like you said, when I had it up on my computer, you're like, oh, you're doing a Steelheart song?
Yeah, I looked over and I just swore it said Steelheart. You know?
I'm going to admit I never heard of Streetheart. But anyway,
a little before our time.
It's their original song. I could not, however, find a version of it to listen to on Apple Music. Maybe it's on Spotify or something from these guys.
Yep.
They had a cover of Under My Thumb from Rolling Stones. But okay, so anyway, back to the Hardline version of the song. The Hardline version kicks ass.
It does.
The Hardline, I didn't know this guy's name until I was just reading about it, but the singer, so it was originally formed in 91, Hardline, and the singer Johnny Gioeli and Joey Gioeli are brothers. Johnny and Joey, Neil Sean, Todd Jensen, and Dean Castronova, who was in Journey. He's a drummer, but he's also a singer now in Revolution Saints. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. But anyway, this album came out, was it 92? A lot of good tunes on here, but Hot Sherry's probably their most popular one off of that album.
I think so. That's the one I knew the most.
Yeah, I think that's the one, if you're listening to XM, the Hair Nation channel, you're probably going to hear that in the rotation.
For sure.
Heavily.
Yep.
But it's a good tune. That's off the album Double Eclipse. You should go check that out if you haven't got it. And so that's our 4 headbang. No, yeah, we picked all 4 of our headbangers.
Did them all.
So
now on to.
Oh, you know what? I gotta say the lyric in the.
Okay, go ahead.
That I really like in that song is.
You got 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, how does it go?
Put down the clock.
God, now I can hear the Jeopardy song playing in the background.
I want all over you.
Yeah.
I love what you got.
Yeah, I want what you got all over me. That's the lyric.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, good tune.
Good tune.
Anyway, so now
for the special segment in our show.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is exciting. So, we are friends with Hair Metal Guru and all these guys, and Hair Metal Guru got his little beginning song or whatever, intro song, and I was like, God, we should do something like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And rather than, I think he had his done by some guy with AI, and I was like, we got a really good singer and guys in our group that probably could knock one out for us. So I come up with a few lyrics on my little Apple Notes, and I'll give you the original. So where the hell is it now? There we go.
So the other headbanger is going to be our new theme song.
Yep, it is going to be. And so I just wrote these lyrics out one day, and I sent them to Chris. And so it's Rock Resurgence Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Rock Resurgence Radio. Let the show begin. We'll take you on an 80s trip. We'll take you back in time. We'll share with you memories with hair metal as our shrine. And then I also play guitar. So I was like, and I sent I sent this riff to Chris.
So originally you sent me this riff.
This first riff, and we'll play that for you real quick.
Okay. Turn it up just a smidge.
Okay, so that was the first riff I thought of, and sent it to him, and he liked it. And then I was like, that's not very 80s sounding. It's a little, kind of almost a little heavier than what an 80s song was.
I think by the time I said I liked it, you had sent me the other one.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, you know what? And then I came up with a different one, and I'm a big George Lynch guy. I like the way he plays. I like his little off notes, so I sent Chris this riff. Okay, so not perfect by any means.
Great.
But anyways.
Love it.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go with this. And I hit up Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name and butcher it, but just VK. We'll call him Ryan VK.
Yep.
Ben Cathoven. Cathoven?
Something.
Yeah, I probably butchered it. Sorry, Ryan. We
Sorry,
love you.
Ryan. So I know him and Metal Mike do this thing called Metalcast, and they got a few songs out on YouTube. So check it out.
Yeah, check them out.
Metalcast, cast with a K.
Some umlauts, I think, on the A. Metalcast.
Yep. Like the 2 dots, like on Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Yep. So I didn't know what the hell that was called, but anyways, they got some stuff out there. Check them out for sure. Killer stuff. Definitely 80s songs. So I'm like, I'm gonna send these to them. And well, I hit up Ryan and said, do you think you and Metal Mike could do something for us? And he told him what we were thinking about, and I sent him this stuff. So him and Metal Mike got to work on it.
Yeah.
And so we'll play you the first version of what they came back with. Anyways, why don't we get to the one where we're getting close?
Oh, it might have been this one, because I really like the ending to this.
Oh yeah, this is the one with the echo at the end.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So this is I think this was probably one of the first ones that we heard, right?
It was a little later, but let's just go with that one for singing time. Sorry.
I really like the little
that little echo at the end, right?
Yeah.
So along the way, Chris wasn't crazy about with hair metal as our shrine line.
I don't know, just the lyric, whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I was in the shower and I thought, and I don't even have this written down, so I don't know exactly, but it was, I texted it to you.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to change the lyric to where the girls were pretty and their hair was high. So we just changed that last line from metal as our shrine to girls were pretty and their hair was high.
Yeah.
So we got to that, and then what did we end up?
Well,
here?
so there was something about the Rock Resurgence radio that we said, I'm not sure if we like that. And you mentioned something about more shout at the devil sounding.
Yeah,
rock.
like a shout. Rock Resurgence radio.
So I should have kept that clip in there with him just singing that to play, but I didn't. But so that we got a version that was getting closer. And then I feel like we got one that was like just a little bit further away.
Yep.
So I'll play the one that I thought, okay, this is getting closer.
Right.
This is still going to have the original lyric in it. The only reason I didn't like it is because I didn't understand it at first, I guess. And this is a little bit closer to the final version, but not quite.
Yep.
And then in the meantime, so you were talking about the Rock Resurgence radio part being a little different.
Yep.
And so then we got this, and then no offense to Ryan or anything, but when I heard this one, I was like, no, that's not right.
Because is this the one with the old
Rock and Resurgence?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So here's another version that we ended up with. Great singer.
He is a really good singer.
Something that wasn't just quite right, but I still like that echoey ending.
Echo in the end. And he was saying Rock and Resurgence.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want it to just be our name.
Yeah, we're just Rock Resurgence.
Yeah, we're just Rock Resurgence. So we sent it back and just said, hey, just tweak a few little things. And He sent us one that was really, real echoey. He had a lot of echo on his voice. And we were like, I think that's it. And Chris is like, yeah, I think that'll be fine. Then Ryan texts me and says, hey, if it's too echoey on the voice, I can fix that. So I listened to it a couple more times and I was like, Ryan, could you just knock down the echo a little bit? And he sent me this.
And this is
what the final he didn't send it with that echo at the end.
Yeah.
So we took the echo off of a previous one, added it on the end because Chris really dug that, and I think it's cool too.
So I'll play the version that's probably officially our final version from Ryan.
Yep.
And then
turn it up a little.
And then I'll play where I just tweaked it at the end a little bit, and we shortened it up just a smidge and put that echo back in that I really liked. But so first version, or first final version, I guess you want to call it.
Yep. And Metal Mike took what I sent in my guitar riff, and this works just better than what I had. And it sounds better. He's got better recording equipment. Mine's literally me playing guitar and my phone sitting on my bed and hitting record.
Yeah.
So he's probably got it plugged into the actual thing. So
he pretty much took your riff and made it.
Yep. And he made it better. Yep. So this is our final version. And this is what you will hear going forward as our theme song.
Yeah. You might hear it at the end of the episode on the outro or a portion of it. But
possibly.
Next, or Friday when our episode comes out, you'll hear it at the beginning of our episode. You'll hear it at the end of our episode.
And you'll hear it in your dreams.
Yeah, hopefully.
There it is.
There it is. Love it.
Now you guys heard it here first.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Metal Mike, for doing what you guys do. It was great. It was fun. And who knows, I mean, that was so much fun. We might have to do another new version every year.
Yeah.
Each year.
I'm sure they would love that.
Do that for us. So, yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, they're going to be big rock stars with the city to city thing.
Yeah.
So
it's Metalcast, and then now if you've probably seen Hair Metal Guru's episode where they debuted their cover of "Giving Yourself Away."
Yep, Rat song. They call themselves City to City, and it's really cool. It's really awesome, and I hope they do great things with it. There's talk in the chat about doing some other stuff too, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
All them guys that friends of the show, so to speak.
Right.
Hair Metal Guru, Jason Reed from Canada,
Jay Brannon.
I'm going through. So in our
Jeremy Lauer,
Hair Metal Misfits, they're called in the little thread.
Yep. Who did we miss?
Brian from the Hair Band Basement.
Brian. Yep.
Actually, Metal Mike's not part of the thread, but he's
part of the City to City thing.
Yep.
He's the kind of produces it and does some keyboards and all that stuff.
Our buddy Patrick, who we alluded to, is going to be on an upcoming episode with these guys on it. Who else are we missing?
Mariah.
God damn it.
I said that before
Yeah,
too.
she hasn't been on our show yet, but she
will be
in a bunch
at
of
some point.
Guru's episodes. And
Yeah, we'll have her on sometime.
is that all of them?
Yeah.
There's like 9 of them in there.
Yeah,
So
well,
us. So
yeah.
counting us, they're
Counting
not
us, yeah.
counting us. There's 7 other
Yeah. So
misfits.
it's fun. We joke around in there and have a good time.
It is a lot of fun. And again, thank you, Ryan and Metal Mike.
Yep, and
Appreciate it.
Guru for the intro thing. We saw it on your page first, and I was like, "That's really cool. We should have a theme."
Yep.
So we kind of stole it from you. Thank you. No,
Yep.
we appreciate it. You're kind of our mentor.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if you like today's episode, let's make a goal. Each one of you tell one person and get them to subscribe, and we'll be where we need to be. We appreciate every single one of you, and we love the fact I love the comments. I try to get on there and comment, and Bergie's doing a little more on Twitter and X, whatever you call it. So we're trying to get a little more out there and, create some buzz, and hopefully that works. But we need your help too. So if you could tell one person and get them to subscribe, each one of you, we'd be right where we need to be.
Yeah.
So
If you like this music, you probably know one guy that does.
yeah,
Another
absolutely.
guy that
I
does
mean, I know lots of people because that's how I made a lot of friends is through this music, and that's what this music does to a person. It's not like that with country music or rap or pop or hit, the hit stuff. Our music is like one big cohesive family. Dysfunctional as fuck probably, but it's a family, and we like anybody who likes this stuff. So that's your goal. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really hope you enjoyed our content. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We'd greatly appreciate it. Links to everything we discussed will be included in episode notes. Feel free to check those out as well. Until next time, stay golden, Pony Boy, and rock on.